Susu, and welcome to SimsPlayhouse presents the Broke with a Child Challenge. This is your girl Janae, and before we go any further, go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, hit that subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be notified the next time I upload another video. So this is a build collab with the ever most talented Bubbly Zen. There will be a link to her channel and the video, her portion of the collab in the description below. And this, now ignore the crazy stuff you see there. This collab came about because we wanted to do something special. I wanted to with my Broke Challenge family, they're growing. And I needed somewhere for all the families that come out of this to live, work, and play together. So I asked Bubbly to build me a lot with at least 3 houses and some community areas, you know, gym, spa, like an office area that we can work together, somewhere that we can play and have some fun together, and, you know, a garden, because you all know Mercedes and Brent are big on gardening at their current house. So this location here, like I said, it has 3 houses, it has a garden area, it has a community office, and a common office and a playground area, I suppose you can call it that. There's actually an actual playground, as well as a gym, spa building, and a pool area, of course. So in the main building, the first building that we're going to take a look at in terms of the interior is the house that Mercedes, Brandt, and little BJ will be residing. This house is made specifically for them. There's even a little salon area in the back for Brent to do some work in the back. You know, whenever he feels like not going to work, he can actually do some styling work at home and in his own little nook, his own little area back there. And as we know, Shay also is in the styling career with him, so she can come in there sometimes and work with him as well. So that's an option that they have there. And the second house, that house is for Shay. As we know, Shay had already kind of sort of moved out of the main home in their previous home, and so she just basically had her room to the back and her own bathroom area, and that was pretty much it. But now she has her own house. And when we started working on this project, Aaron was still in the picture. In fact, Aaron was supposed to be the guy that she would get engaged to, get married, and so forth, and the house was built with that in mind. However, just as I was about to start, you know, decorating that house, lo and behold, my boy flips out and gets into a fight with Shay and beats the paint off of her. Well, sort of. But anyways, he beat her, she broke up with him, so now I don't have an actual spouse for her. Now I did do a little bit of off-screen playing, and I did have her meet someone on the Simda app, and so they have a little thing going. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to play that, if I'm going to make it actually work or if I'm going to try to find someone else. But because of that, when you get into her house, the downstairs is done, it's finished. Upstairs, I have her room completed. I have like an art room done, sort of, like she just had some canvases there. She has yet to actually, you know, finish unpacking because she's still brokenhearted pretty much. And then the third room, literally there are boxes there of things to be unpacked. You know, for example, her YouTube studio and all, her SimTube studio, I guess you could call it. She still has all of those things to unpack, so she has not fully moved into her new houses yet. And then in the third house, again, the downstairs is complete and the master bedroom. And because I don't know who the heir is going to be, whether it's going to be a male or female, I kind of kept it in some neutral tones. But that particular household, I know I want them to be very much into gardening. So there's a lot of, that house is right next to the garden as well. And there's a lot of greenery in that home. That's about all I know for a fact about that particular household. But there's nothing else because we don't even have the heir, that heir even conceived. We don't even have a boyfriend right now for that to happen. So, you know, we're working on that. And then in the other 2 buildings, one of them, I think this is the next one where we're going to after the third house. we're checking out the little playground, the little kiddie area, and then we will be going into the gym, sorry, slash spa area. So upstairs, the ground floor level and the first floor level are both gym equipment, treadmills and workout machines and yoga mats and this and that and the other. So you can get your sweat on one way, or if you would rather go downstairs to the basement and get, manicure, pedicure, massages, or the sauna, you can hit those downstairs. Now, unfortunately, I could not. I don't know why, but since after getting into basements has been a bit of a problem for me in my game. So I was not able to get in there as I would like to actually be able to get those photos in the same format as the others. So it's more like a floor plan type setup on there. And then finally, well, not finally, almost finally, the next building, this will be the last building, the last common area building would be where in the ground floor we have like a cyber cafe kind of sort of set up where we can indeed hire someone to work for the barista portion of it for us. We have some computers, a bunch of computers, like about 2 or 3 computer bays that you can go and literally just work, write books, troll the forums, whoever. There are enough computers that everyone can get on a computer and still have room for everyone else to do their work or have fun. It all depends on what your personal preference is at this point. So we have all of that. And then upstairs of that, we have like a teen hangout area where there's like the video game arcade, the darts game, and chessboard as well. And I think there's a card game table there as well. So there are a lot of little activities there, easels for painting, that sort of stuff. And this particular building overlooks the ocean because this lot is built in the 64 by 64 lot in Brindleton Bay. Let me be accurate. And it overlooks the ocean. Too bad they can't actually get into the ocean at this point. We have not, I'm doing the voiceover here literally hours before I make this video live. So at this point, we already have island living. Yes! By the way, I'm extremely excited for that, and that will come up in another video. Okay, we'll talk about that another time. But at this point, EA has not made it possible for our Sims to go actually swimming in the oceans and the other worlds except for Sulani. Although I think Sulani sounds so much better, but Sulani. So you can see the ocean, you just can't do anything in the ocean from this particular point. And then we have the garden, which I love. The way that Bubbly did this garden, I told her, I said, I would need to be able to have some indoor greenhouse type setup and some outdoor areas so that I can move the plants in and out. And she did such a beautiful job at this. Bubbly, I have to give you, hats off, kudos, high praise, all of that. You did an absolutely amazing job. I know for a fact that me personally, I would not have been able to even visualize. I had the vision. I knew generally what I wanted in my mind, but to execute it, it was gonna be like, no can do, I don't have it. But Bubbly found a way, and she has the skill that she's able to actually create houses. I mean, 5 different buildings on one lot, and neither one of them look anything like the other. The construction of them, the decor, the way that she did the exterior painting, that's all Bubbly. That is all Bubbly. I did not touch that. I left everything pretty much as is. I may have shifted a window here or there or a door here or there, just more so for the aesthetic of what I was working with on the interior because it just kind of was looking a little wonky. But at the same time, for the most part, I just whatever she gave me, I went with it, I worked with it, and I found it was so beautiful. The only place where I changed some of the things that she actually placed down was around the swimming pool, the main swimming pool and the communal swimming pool, because the parent family, they do have, the pioneer family, I guess you can call them, they do have a little pool in their backyard, sort of. But the chairs and umbrellas that she had placed originally, Bubbly placed originally, were from, I believe they were from backyard stuff, I think, if I recall correctly. So I left the umbrella for one of them, but with Island Living coming out, I switched to the lounge chairs that are so beautiful, and I love them. I love the color swatch in particular that I chose. I kept it in the same kind of a yellowish theme, and I switched one of the umbrellas to the gazebo with the chairs, and another one to the sort of a tent like, rustic sort of kind of setup, and just placed a couple more items from Island Living in there. And that was the only way that I was honestly able to incorporate Island Living into this particular build once it came out. There was really anything else that I could do, but I mean, this I'm actually quite proud of it. I'm proud of what I've done so far in the house. Of course, as we go along, we will probably unpack a couple more things, and I will certainly, let you guys know to check back out in this video, see how things were, as it were, and stuff like that. But I will have a link in the description, also linking you to the Broke with a Child Challenge. In case you have not been following it, or you've missed a couple episodes or whatever, you can go and check it out, get caught up, so that when they move into this house, and let me tell y'all, this house is expensive. We're gonna have to take out a SimCity loan or something to get to move into this house. I mean, Mercedes in there, they have some money put back, but it's just not enough. This house at its current state, it's valued at almost $544,000. That's the cost to move into this particular lot. We barely have about 2,000. We barely have collectively about maybe 200,000. So we're certainly going to need a loan in order to move into this house, this lot. But you know what? We can't really complain. We can make it happen. We can make it work. And we will certainly have fun moving into this house and playing it. And as we go along, I mean, I'll play with Mercedes and her family a little bit in her house. But my focus is really going to be shifted to Shay and what Shay is about to do and how Shay is going to develop and get her level generation, as it were, going, so that she can indeed have an heir to move into the next house. So that's it for all the boring stuff for this house. See, I had to make sure I stayed on task, or else I would be all over the place and we would not get anywhere at all. You'd be sitting here wondering, why am I rambling about stuff that has nothing to do with the video like I usually do, but whatever. Oh, and by the way, just in case you guys are wondering who are some of these strange people you see on the lot, for the sake of the pictures, I had to have someone visit there. So I did take the Davies family, which is Mercedes, Shay, Brant, and BJ. I did take them all there, but I also made the lot. I changed the lot from residential to playground, and then to like a gym, and then to a spa. Basically, so that I can have people come into some of these areas that needed people to kind of show off the beauty of the area and stuff like that. So I did that specifically for the purpose of this video. However, this is actually a residential lot. The original undecorated version will be up in the gallery. It will be under Bubbly's origin ID, which is BubblyZen. And if I'm incorrect, I will put that up there. Y'all know how I do. And then the version that I have now, y'all have to understand, and if you paid attention at all, you notice that majority of my builds have a ton of custom content. And I wish I could say that I know every creator that I've used and everything that I have used and can link you to everything. I wish I could. So what I will say is that I have put my version up online for download. That's not a problem. I'll put it up in the gallery. But unfortunately, I will not be able to list all the custom content that I used. I may have some that I can recall, but I won't be able to list it all. So if you have the custom content, you will get it. But as far as the basic layout of the building, the shell, you will certainly get that from either my upload or from Bubbly's. And if you have any of the content as far as the EA content, you will have access to that as well. And this is both Bubbly and myself, we have all the packs, so it's going to be a pack-filled build. Pack-filled and custom content-filled build. So, anyways, enough of my ramblings. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is just like I said in a couple videos before, I've had a really rough time, and I'm trying to get back into the zone and get back into creating more videos and coming up with more content. So bear with me. I'm getting there. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get the content together and trying to actually get the content recorded as well as edited and uploaded. So I may be a little bit slow right now in getting them up, but bear with me. Housemates, thank you so much for sticking around this long, and welcome to the new housemates that have joined the Sims Playhouse Club. I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you guys and hearing from you guys, your comments, your suggestions, your critiques. I'll accept the critiques. That helps me to grow, and your suggestions. Please go ahead, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can be notified next time I upload another video. Dag dag. If you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Dag dag!